Hello.
Hey, hey, hey.
I was waiting for you to do your hey,
How's
hey,
it going?
hey, and you didn't do it. It's like you're
I was
throwing
going to
me.
do it.
You're throwing my podcast
I was
here.
switching it up. We have a big episode ahead.
We really do. And
Lots of things to discuss.
We're in the middle, literally in the middle of a 14th birthday party taking place
Sam
as
has
we
like
speak.
27 friends here.
Mm-hmm. And we decided that this would be the appropriate time to podcast.
It was the only time because Danna's going on vacation.
I'm leaving. We're podcasting very early this week, guys. So I apologize. We're podcasting the weekend before. But when you hear this, I'm going to be literally on the beach.
You'll be at a wedding.
Well, we will actually that day on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So Tom's little cousin is getting married, and we are doing a huge, like, family, big, almost like a reunion in North Carolina. We're going to Atlantic Beach. I've never been to North Carolina beaches. We've always only gone to South Carolina beaches to Hilton Head. So it's very new for our family.
Maybe this will be a new tradition.
I don't think so, but maybe.
It's like your own version of Love Island.
Okay, she's been dying to do this. So go ahead, Kristin.
No, I am so like the teenage girls like Olivia and her friends are obsessed with it every night. And when I was hearing about it, like honestly, I felt like this show was so inappropriate on so many levels.
Isn't it?
Oh, it is. Like there's nothing
so if you are not
wholesome
familiar, this is a somewhat like the raunchiest version of a dating show that there is. Like think it's like Tinder on TV, I think would be the best way to describe this. But there
is no way any parent can be proud of their child being on the show.
Oh God, no! I thought you were going to say even watching. I'm not even proud that she watches.
I'm
let
proud
alone,
ours aren't.
No, Olivia watches it. So there is an episode every single night for 6 weeks, with the exception of Wednesday and Saturday nights. And Olivia and 5 of her girlfriends, there's 6 of them total. Wait, 4, 5? I don't know. 5 or 6 of them total. Watch it every single night. And they go to one of their houses.
But this is a lot of people across the country. This is not just regional.
They are not alone.
If you have a teenager, you have probably heard of Love Island.
They are not alone for sure. But oh my
That doesn't mean you
gosh.
have to let your child watch it though.
You don't. You don't. And so by the time you listen to this, the finale will have already happened. It's Sunday night. And I find this to be like literally I will have 5 girls sitting. Tom and I will go up to bed and the 5 girls are in my living room and we'll hear screaming, "Oh my God." Like they're insane. I'm like, get a life. I don't get it.
So we're going to go over some things that are used often on Love Island. And I've actually never even seen the show, but
Wait, are these like words?
Yeah, they're things from the show. You might win. You might know these things and do well on this quiz.
I don't think
but Gen X Kate, who is a girl who has an Instagram page, who Instagrams and is a personal assistant for a person in the news media that I follow. And so she
was wondering
explains
where
this
this came from for you.
She
like
explains all of this because the lady that I follow, Dana, not Danna, she was telling her about it and her eyes just kept getting bigger and bigger. And there are several words that come to my mind of what this show is, which we will not be able to talk about on here.
Oh boy.
But anyways, it's not something that I would watch. But anyways, so often a phrase is used, "Can I pull you for a chat?" in the show. What does that mean?
Just like to go talk?
Yeah,
privately?
It really is. So she was thinking it meant like, you're out of here. Like if they want to pull you for a chat,
no,
you're
I
gone.
would think that would be just like to go have
So
a
it's just a
private
conversation.
Yeah.
A bombshell. What is a bombshell?
Like a shocking thing.
It's when a new person comes to the episode.
Okay.
It's a new person. Let's see. Mugged off.
Is that like pissed off?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of irritated.
That's kind of dumb.
And then Casa Amor.
House of Love.
It's a house of love in Spanish, but it also is like a big shift. It's when they like change partners.
So,
because you know there's people sleep
that
in the
is like
same
the
bed
premise,
with microphones.
Right. Like this is the premise of this show is they go to multiple partners. Like it
Yeah.
is, I'm telling you, it's like swipe right on TV.
But supposedly, per Olivia, she says there's no alcohol allowed. I mean, thank heavens.
Oh, really?
I thought that's what Olivia said, that there's no drinking. So that made me feel like slightly better.
I do not.
But I can't imagine how that's the case.
That makes me feel worse because these people are in a sober state of mind thinking that this is a good idea.
So
like
you
at
know
least
that all
if
the
they're
beds
drunk
are
and they think it's a
apparently
good idea.
in one room. All the beds, and they're giant beds.
This is an orgy.
That's what I said. It is so inappropriate.
So bad.
This is not.
This is so
It is. It is so It's wretched.
You guys, this
Anyways,
is why you
this
should
is
do
what
your
Danna's
research.
letting
I
her
was just
kids
gonna
watch
say,
the
so
show.
like, this is why you should do your research before you let your child watch a show, because I'm learning this now. And
So I want to know why these kids all like to watch it.
I don't know.
Like, what are they gaining from this?
Maybe they feel better about their own life.
Well, I think it makes them feel inferior of relationships. Like, they always have to feel like they have to compete to like be better than the person that could be the bombshell coming in next. I don't like it.
This is awful. Should I go?
Anyways,
should I go
you did
upstairs
pretty
right now
good.
and tell her that she's not allowed to watch it anymore? How do you
You're
think
never
that'll
gonna
go
do
over?
that. You never. It's too late now. She's already seen all the.
It's been 5.5 weeks so far of watching
She's
it.
well educated.
She's in there. Oh
Oh,
gosh.
gross.
So, all right. Are there any more, or is that it?
No, that's it. That's all I had. I didn't want to
Okay.
take too much time with
You're
Love
fine.
Island, but
Wait, hold on. Hey, Tom. Tom. Christy just called. Can you call her for me?
what else is going on? What's been happening in your world?
What's been happening? So this past, we had, oh, you're making me think now. Hold on. What day are we on? You've been gone. And so I had
I was gone for a couple of days. We got
fend
back
for
from the sheep show,
myself.
and then Bill and I went to DC for a couple of days.
Oh, I know what
which
I
was great. It was fine. I actually went away to work. It gave me some time to work on the computer.
Well, you said you were like actually quite productive there.
Yeah, I got a lot of things done.
Well, while you were gone, I drove to Pittsburgh on Wednesday and took Olivia and a friend of hers to go see the Lumineers concert. So Olivia is so my child. She's a little hippie at heart and like loves concerts, she's just like a little bit of an older soul with that kind of, she likes folky, indie types of music. And so this is her 16th birthday is next Friday. And
So happy birthday, Olivia.
happy early birthday. And this was her birthday gift from us. I mean, apparently the car was not enough. So so this was her birthday gift, was tickets to the Lumineers concert. And so we went to Pittsburgh and we watched it at the Pavilion at Star Lake, it's called, is the venue. And it's very similar to Blossom, if you're familiar with Blossom in Cuyahoga Falls. But it was, I would say, just a little bit smaller. The amphitheater itself was probably comparable size, but just like the grounds and the walking was much smaller. And so we have a friend who's from Pittsburgh, and I called him and asked, I said, are you familiar with this venue? And he kind of gave me all the tips, like where to park, how to get out easily. Because we decided we would not stay overnight. It's about a 2-hour drive. So we went, and I made her leave like 15 minutes early.
So you could get out.
So that we could get out. And because it was still 2 hours home, so we got on the road at 11 and got home at 1 o'clock in the morning. And it was a great night for her, except that at about 4 o'clock when we got into Pittsburgh, 4 o'clock, it started monsoon downpouring. And I was like, what are we going to do? So we first decided we would go to Dollar Tree and look for ponchos, because I have Dollar Tree ponchos at home and did not bring them. We went there. They did not have them. And to be clear, the forecast did not call for rain, or else I would have been more prepared. So they did not have them. Then we went to Five Below. They did not have them, but we realized, like, we were wearing, oh my God, these girls dress so ridiculously for concerts, by the way. They're wearing like these cute little outfits and like cowboy boots. Not even a country concert, but like whatever. So she borrowed her friend's cowboy boots, and she's like, well, it's going to be muddy there, so I can't get her shoes muddy. So we went to Five Below and bought $2 flip-flops, and they are the ugliest things I've ever seen. But I'm like, I don't care. Bought those. Then we went to Applebee's and had dinner.
I like Applebee's. I used to get the blackened chicken salad with a raspberry lemonade.
I used to get this.
Do they still give you the Boboli bread?
No.
Oh.
No. But
Not that you could have
I
eaten
haven't
it,
been, no, I couldn't have. But I haven't been to an Applebee's in years, and that was like the easiest thing to grab. So we got that, and it stopped raining while we were there, and it cleared up, and it turned out to be a beautiful night, and it wasn't muddy, and it all worked out. And we had a great night, just a late night, but a really good night. So it was
Fun concert.
Yes, and then that was it pretty much. We just
Did you drink a Black Rifle coffee on the way home?
I did, actually. That's funny that you said that. I was going to bring that up. So
that's good, hardcore caffeine stuff.
When Tom and I were in Savannah a few weeks ago, we went to this Black Rifle coffee shop. And we had heard about it. He had heard about it from Joe Rogan. I'm on my podcast. That's why, if you're wondering what the heck I'm doing. You can come be on it.
Who is that?
That's the Deacons, Sam's friends' parents that had just came to pick up their kids. And we have another dog in the house. This is just ridiculous right now.
It's a dog show.
So we went and got this coffee, and we loved it. It's I think we may have talked about it, but it is it's veteran owned, great place, and they had I was at BJ's and they had these energy drinks called Black Rifle energy drinks, and it's like a mocha, espresso, whatever.
Danna gave me one on the way to the
Holy
sheep show.
moly, you guys.
They power you.
It is awesome. I'm not a big energy drink person, but I
real
drank one
energized.
and it really does. It jolts you and it is like great. So, hi girls. They're so weird. All the girls are here to go watch Love Island. So, anyways, that's what we did. I had my Black Rifle and that's it. So tell us about what you did all week.
So I went to DC for a few days with Bill. So we had meetings and I just literally went because it was a great opportunity for me to kind of get tucked away and get some work done. Mm-hmm. And I did get to see some things. I've never been to the botanical gardens in DC, which were great. I'd never been there. It's like not something that I would have like prioritized to go to, but they were beautiful. Very hot, I will say, in there. If you can imagine it being in tropical land and then it was tropical outside. I was drenched in sweat.
Kristin sent me a text from the botanical gardens of a plant that she saw there.
It was a cacti.
It was a rather phallic looking cacti.
It was so inappropriate looking.
And she sent it to me and I opened up the text while getting an oil change. It was one of those like little pull-in oil change places. And I will say, like, if you live in Chesterland, Ohio, and you don't get your oil changed,
it is so convenient.
The little
there.
place by Giant Eagle, I forget what it's called, but it's the best place. And the people that work there are so fantastic.
It's a Pennzoil.
Yeah. And so the guy happened to come over and talk to me just as I opened this photo on my phone.
I said, Danny, we need to invest in that screen protector that allows no one else to see what's on your phone screen.
There's no question. He was like, let me get her out of here as fast as possible.
No, he probably was like, what's on your screen?
Or he was like very intrigued. But
it was two cactuses that were rather pink and they had pointy little ends. And so therefore they looked like maybe a pair of breasts.
It was, I think it looked like something else.
You thought it looked like the male genitalia. You
did.
weren't looking at them both together.
No, I did. Maybe we should post a photo and you can vote.
I don't know. It might get taken down. But I'm like, are you kidding me?
It probably would.
This was in the National Botanical Garden. Anyways, the Botanical Garden was great. I was so sweaty, but it was beautiful. I also went to the Library of Congress, which if you are planning a trip to DC, when you go to the Library of Congress, remember that you can actually get a library card for the Library of Congress.
Which I would highly recommend
It takes 15 to 20 minutes.
Because you can add it to your Libby account and get more audiobooks.
There you go. So it is kind of cool. Supreme Court. I walked all around the Capitol. I did, I don't know, a lot of just little memorials that I had already done.
Tell about your Uber while you were in DC.
Yeah. So we had gone to a couple of receptions and dinners, and of course, we got to meet up with Maddie, one of our former employees, who now
I'm so envious of you that you got to see Maddie.
Yeah, now she's always been my favorite. She now works for G.T. Thompson's office. He is the chair of the House Agricultural Committee, and so she is an intern with him this summer, which is a great position to be in, and hopefully she'll stay on and get a full-time job this fall. But we had dinner with her, and it was just fun to see her in her element and catch up. That was lovely. So then we had to drive home. We stayed out in Arlington, and we had an Uber driver. We can walk most places, but we have to drive to Arlington. And all of a sudden, like, this trip was taking forever to get home, and I see lots of lights. And I'm like, Bill, we're getting pulled over in the Uber.
I don't know that.
And Campbell's on the phone.
I've never been pulled over in an Uber.
And the poor guy, he didn't say a word the whole ride before. And then he's like, I think I said, what happened? And he's like, I don't know. I must be driving too fast. Like, he didn't know either.
Did he speak
And he was
English?
just following. Yes, but not great.
Okay.
And so the police officer, who was very lovely in Virginia, but apparently the Arlington police officers are very tough, told him that he was driving in a bus lane and he should not have been driving in the bus lane. And so he left, but then he gave him a warning and he didn't get a ticket. But then our poor Uber driver, I think he was so frazzled that he did a U-turn, which the police officer told him to do.
I was like,
and
also illegal.
Missed our exit. Oh. And so then it took like 7 more minutes to get to our hotel. It was just the longest ride.
Did you tip him well at least?
Actually, I don't even know if Bill did tip him. I'm not sure. I said he should have. We had a couple interesting Ubers. Normally they're really nice. So I had a Cadillac pick me up to take me downtown. It was the cheapest option.
So did I tell you about the Uber that we were in when we got to Savannah? Did I ever tell you this
I don't
story?
know.
Okay. So I'm going to interrupt you real quick just because we're talking about this. But when Tom and I arrived in Savannah, we had to go to our hotel. My brother was not there yet. So we jumped in an Uber by ourselves. The Uber pulled up in. So for those of you, Tom got a new truck probably 2 months ago, whatever. He had a pretty older, beat up Silverado.
But a really cool truck.
It was really nice. This guy pulled up in Tom's old truck, but it was way more beat up.
Oh.
And we got in, and it was like there were parts to the truck all over the truck. And like we didn't think we were going to make it. Oh. It had like trash everywhere, like Red Bull cans everywhere.
What was his rating?
I don't know. I didn't even look.
But you know when you rate the Uber driver, they rate you too.
Yes,
so
and so
really
I never
careful.
do. I get worried. One time I had a few drinks and I almost got sick in an Uber, and all Tom kept yelling at me about was, we'll never be able to take an Uber again because they'll give us a bad rating. You can't get sick in the Uber. And I didn't.
That's probably true.
I think it is true. All right, so carry on. I'm sorry.
So this Cadillac pick me up was
note.
a beautiful like SUV Cadillac. It was very sharp. I got in and the driver had body odor so bad. He was dressed head to toe black, Middle Eastern of some sorts. But it was like terrible body odor, covered up with cologne, which might be the worst.
I would be like nauseated.
And I was like, I just went, a nice ride. The car smelled so bad.
Oh, God.
And then the next Uber that Bill and I were in together, and Bill even said, I'm like, oh, man. He's like, I think there's a bad wheel. Like, his tires were so out of balance, and one was so bald. Like, it was like, like we were bouncing around town. And Bill's like, I think he's got a bad wheel. And I'm like, I think he probably knows he has a bad wheel.
Gosh.
And
but at that point, like, you shouldn't be doing a ride share service.
I said he really needed his job because he needed to buy new tires.
And I understand, but then find a different job. Like, this probably isn't the right one.
I felt for him. I felt for him because he was probably really trying to work hard.
Kristin, to be an Uber driver, you have one major responsibility, and it's to have a working vehicle.
Well, it worked. It just wasn't great.
Come on.
And his air conditioning probably didn't work. It was like 95 degrees in there too. But I felt bad for him. I always think like everybody has a situation.
I don't doubt it.
I don't know.
I don't
doubt it.
Kind of
makes me a little sad.
Oh my gosh, that is
so
so
I want to
crazy.
talk about something else too in road trips. Do you guys do this? And you're going to pass through some of these. I think.
We're going through.
When you go through a tunnel, especially if you're on your way to DC or through West Virginia or going to Virginia, we have all these tunnels through the mountains. Does your family hold your breath?
So
do you have a contest?
So for those of you that don't know, Kristin and I have like a shared note in our phone that we put
Which we're clearly not good at.
We stink
sharing.
at it.
But this week I'm like, there were so many things we had to do this.
So we share this note so that like if something happens during the week and we want to talk about it during the podcast, we'll remember, because otherwise we never remember what to talk about.
Yeah, you'd think we would, but we don't.
We're terrible at it. So she puts in this note, holding breath in tunnels while traveling. And I'm like, what? So my family does not do this. And all I keep thinking about is like, so for example, we're going to North Carolina this week.
You can do it.
And we could, but those tunnels are long.
Some of them are really long. Like you have to really prepare for the tunnels.
I don't think I could
But
do
we
that.
all like to do it. And everybody can always make it through. Well, we had just finished eating the McDonald's snack wrap.
Oh,
which
you
is
got
back.
it. Snack wraps are back. Maya at work was so excited.
Because her dad brought her.
Her dad brought her one. She went yesterday because
There's
it came back.
the spicy and the ranch. Both are very good. And the spicy is spicy. But I miss the grilled chicken.
So that was my favorite, was the grilled chicken
I wish they had the grilled.
Yeah. And I mean, I can't have them now because they're not gluten-free. But I obviously was not gluten-free when those were around. And those were my favorite.
They were so good. But I just like finished like chewing one. And then it was like, oh, hurry up. You got to like...
Oh, God, were you dying?
You have to prepare yourself. And so neither Bill or I made it. And I blamed it on the snack wrap.
So I have heard of things like that where you hold your breath going over railroad tracks. And I've heard of holding your breath when you pass a cemetery.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if there's like for what reason you would do this. I have no idea. Like, I don't think that there's any like, I don't know.
I know my family did it. Bill's family did it. I know it's like one of those weird things.
I don't remember hearing that, but no, you know what we do on road trips that my aunt and uncle used to do with us when we were kids. We would travel with them a lot. And we do it, Tom and I do it with our kids, is when you cross into another state, everybody like jumps to the front of the car
to get there
who
first.
Gets to the state first.
Oh, that sounds fun and dangerous, but fun.
It's very dangerous. But sometimes also when we were kids, like people didn't wear seatbelts a lot like we do now. So it was very easy to like fly through to the front. But Tom to this day will try to like even when we're going to like New York to ski, like little things like that, he'll try to like talk to me, like to distract me.
You. Yeah. So you missed the sign.
He's such a jerk about it.
What about when you're driving and you have a car that has a light headlight out?
Padiddle.
Yeah, you hit the ceiling and you say padiddle.
We punch each other.
Oh, we hit the ceiling and say padiddle.
This is how we grew up differently. My brothers and I used to beat the crap out of each other. No, you say padiddle and you punch somebody.
So funny road trip things.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. There were so many. We also peeled
one.
the skin off of each other when we were coming back from the beach as kids.
Oh,
like when you get a sunburn.
That is Olivia's favorite thing to do.
Yeah, we just peel it off in the van, and my dad would get so mad because we'd throw it on the ground of our minivan.
What we don't do anymore that we did as kids that the kids don't do is, I think that the windows are much more tinted in cars now. But when you would drive past a semi and you would like try to get the semi to honk. Yeah.
I think that might be illegal now. No, I don't know. Everything fun's illegal.
I know. Well, that's about right.
One more thing to add to the podcast is while we're in DC, Parker gives us a call and he's like, hey, can I have a buddy come over? And I'm like, oh, well, we're not home, so you have to tell the buddy's parents that we're not there because they are adults at the market.
I have to tell you the other side of the story when you're done, by the way.
And so he did. He had the friend over. But multiple funny things is he calls and he's like, I think we're going to have steak for dinner. And I said, but it's frozen. He's like, yeah. I'm going to put it in some water. We're going to defrost it or put it in the microwave for a little bit very carefully so we don't overcook it. And so I'm like, that's fine. He had lit a solo stove. Like they must have had the grandest of times. Yeah. They were chopping wood. I'm like, okay, you have to report back because I don't want anything to happen. So anyways, long story short, they decide that they're going to put the tractor, his garden tractor, on Facebook Marketplace. And Bill's like, I mean, you could ask like $220, but no one's ever going to buy this, Parker. Like, don't get excited. So he calls back and he's like, I've got 5 people who are interested. And Bill and I are looking at each other. He's like, 2 want to come check it out tomorrow and 1 wants to come pick it up. He's like, so I'm going to go with the one that wants to pick it up. I'm like, okay, Parker. He listed it for $300 and he took pictures, all the things. And Bill still says this is not worth anything. He's like, but the people saw it. They saw the pictures. So this lady comes, it was 11, then she pushed it back and then it was 1. I'm like, okay, Parker, prepare yourself because they're probably not going to show.
Out, right.
So I said, you have to have Uncle Dave there. Like as an adult, shut all the workshop doors so they can't like case the joint. So Parker called and he's like, I've got $300 in my hand. He's like, it made me real nervous though because the guy drove it around and then he drove it right up on the trailer and I didn't have my money. So
that is a little nerve-wracking. That was what Bill was concerned about when Tom sold his truck, was that the guy was going to take off with the truck.
Which is probably why Parker was. We made his first Facebook market.
That is exciting.
Whatever it's called, marketplace deal.
That is very exciting.
Then at the same moment, about a little bit later, Parker how was he the only person there that had to move the truck?
Back out the truck.
We had to pull it out apparently first, which was fine. And then apparently Dave came and might have said, well, do you want to back it back in or something? He had the backing up option. So there are 2
sides to this story, by the way.
So he backed it up. He couldn't get the beeping off. So we talked through that. So anyways, he does have this problem with his phone falling out of his pocket. Mm-hmm. It's legit and it's very frustrating. Well, it fell out of his pocket apparently, and then he backed up.
Like
whoops,
Kristin
there goes
just
my phone.
Dropped hers.
He backed up the truck and drove over his phone
that fell out of his pocket when he was climbing into it.
Yeah. So how bad of a coincidence is this?
So what is not funny, but funny, is about 12 minutes prior to this, literally a very minimal amount of time prior to this happening, I am watching Parker. I had left the market for a little and I was coming back and I'm pulling into the market and I see Parker and his friend on the 4-wheeler in the apple orchards, over on Caves. And I pull in and I'm laughing to myself because the friend is driving the 4-wheeler and Parker's on it. Like, remember when we were kids and you would ride on the handlebars of your bike, you would ride a friend? That's kind of what they were doing. Funny. And I'm looking and I'm just laughing to myself and I'm going, something bad is going to come out of this. And it had nothing to do with the four-wheeler, but something did happen. And I'm just laughing. I'm like, of course something would happen. Now, Dave says he did not tell, he only told him to back it up. He didn't tell him the other part.
The pull it out?
Yes.
No, Dave wasn't there for the pull
Okay,
out part.
all right.
But he said he
Dave's
needed
like,
to.
I don't know why he did that part. That one wasn't on me. He's like, the other one was on me.
Yeah.
So, okay.
No, he said there was no one there and someone needed to back
But
in.
I am telling you, I had a premonition that something bad was going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was just the phone.
Yeah, just the phone, which we've gotten figured out. But yeah, all while we're in DC and like 27
It
things
was
had
an
happened.
eventful, like, 2 hours.
So, oh my gosh, it's never boring in our life. So we ran a little over, but I think there were some funny stories. So friends, until next time, we're mismatched.